After that announcement, there's not a lot else we can do really than just we might as well all get together and have a safe live stream. It's the safest place to be, it would seem.
Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week.
We are safe together, separately. Yeah.
The only thing you can catch from here is a computer virus. You see what I did? Never mind.
Too soon, Ted. Too soon.
Never mind.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Monday night. It's live stream night. It's live stream from eModels, eModels.co.uk with Ted, Foxx. I can't see who's behind the camera. Chris and Colin.
Somebody put a camera right in the way there, Ted.
Yeah, I couldn't see whether it was Chris or Foxx or the other way around. Yeah. As you see, we're all back together. All four of us, the four amigos, from the Fox's last week off.
Is it like the four amigos or the four?
Yeah, we all still think Foxx does occasionally. He has to go and lie down in a dark room when he's But welcome back, Foxx. Nice to see you.
I have to go and lie down sometimes because somebody else took all the gin.
Yeah,
so I have no natural respite from the.
It's been serious news this week because I understand the gin manufacturer is actually taken to making hand wash.
I know.
No.
And some bloke in Cumbria stockpiled a whole mess of hand wash.
Cool, you're going to have to thin that down, Ted, to drink that, isn't you?
Yeah, just as I was getting off the Brasso as well. Well, good evening. Anyway, it's Monday night. It's live stream night. It's time for the merriment, mirth, and mayhem. And in these dark and dismal times, it's about time we had a bit of a fun, bit of laugh. So remember, it's your chat. It's your channel. It's up to you to guide us what we're going to talk about tonight. And in the meantime, we might as well go over to Foxx for the terms and conditions.
Hello. Yes, welcome. I'm just talking for a second to give Chris a chance to press the button. Yes, welcome.
I'm ahead of the game. I know what I'm doing.
You can do this more often then. Yes, welcome. We'll try and get some levity and light in the mood. So tonight we've got a big selection of pictures of Ted in the 1970s. Some of the clothing you can't parse it with your brain. It doesn't work. Your brain's like, I don't understand where the trousers finish and the scenery ends.
In the 70s, there was a lot of pictures without the clothes.
Oh no, family friendly.
And that's the end of the show. Thanks all for watching. Yeah.
You can tell it's 1970s because Ted is naked, but there are still flares.
Oh.
Anyway, moving ever so swiftly. Handbrake turn, 2 handbrakes. Yes, welcome. This is your show. As always, we're just going to sit here and waffle on for an hour and a half about nonsense, but we depend on you to give us things to talk about. If you're watching this, there is a live chat. I don't know if we have the live chat box here. I don't think we do.
No, the box has disappeared.
Good. Temporarily had some problems with that, so it's been removed still. But yes, there is a live chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see the live chat. A bit of product placement there, Chris. I see what you did. That's not the right mug, is it?
What?
I just see what you did. That's not the right mug, is it?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a bit thirsty.
So it's your show. Anyway, so do join in with the chat. The whole point of this, especially right now when we're all stuck at home, is that all these kind of live streams are a place for you guys to hang out with your mates in the chat and have a good time. So if you're watching this on YouTube, join in the chat, say hello, tell us where you're from. Go back to the old AOL days, do an ASL. Tell us where you're from. Say hello. If you don't normally chat, come and chat. But also, if you're watching this somewhere you can't see the live chat, if you're watching it embedded in Facebook or on the eModels website or somewhere, hit the YouTube icon that's down here somewhere in the bottom right-hand corner, little YouTube icon below the player. That'll take you to the YouTube page where you could join in the live chat.
That's the bottom left-hand corner.
That's the bottom corner there. Am I the other way around?
Yeah, you want the other corner.
This corner, where it says... You know the other corner where the YouTube thing is? It's that corner. Click on that. Go to the YouTube page.
Nice to see normal service resumed.
And then you can join in the live chat. And right now, normally we encourage you to anyway, but right now it's really worth doing it because it's all friendly people in the chat. You've got mods in there as well. Apparently Colin is in the chat.
Yes, someone mentioned the item on your head, and I pointed out that it's not a baseball cap.
I will never in my life ever allow a baseball cap to sit on this head. It is a pilot
because
cap.
Someone may have come into the stream and gone, "Oh, you're putting your baseball cap on tonight, then, are you?" And
no, I will never ever lower myself to wearing a baseball cap. It's a pilot's cap. It's a proper pilot's cap.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, nonsense. So, yes, so do join in the chat. All the mods in there are lovely. They'll keep you safe and secure. Don't cross them; they will kill you. But yeah, give us questions if you want to get our attention. Ask us questions. Give us stuff to talk about because God knows we need it. Put your comment in big, fat, capital letters so we have a chance to see it. Yeah, or bold, as Ted would say. We've all got the chat in front of us, most of us, probably. So yeah, do ask. Put it in comment in capitals if you want to. You can do a super chat. I'm out of practice with this, aren't I?
Because you had a week off.
Fox, you're doing
Not
a
a week
job,
off, I
mate.
should say. It was a week.
Some of us were practice.
Yeah,
some
you're
of us
doing a
were
better
grafted
job than
away.
we did.
Yeah, well, anyway, yeah, if you want to, you can use the super chat, which is the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. That will put your comment in a coloured box, and therefore we can't possibly miss it. I'm sure I've missed something out, but refresh.
Not yet. And the other way.
And is it that way? I'm used to being that way around now. Oh, where's the email address? There or there?
Yeah.
There.
No.
While Fox works out his left from his right and where he is, we'll go over to Chris before the chat gets too busy, because I can foresee it getting a little bit busy in the next couple of weeks when everybody's got nothing to do but come and look at the eModels web chat. So who's in tonight then, Chris?
Yeah, my turn at last. I've been eagerly waiting and watching the chat grow and grow
Yeah,
and grow.
well, you
and
can
thinking,
tell
it must be
you
my turn soon.
You can tell that Fox is back because nobody gets a chance to get a word inside.
Right.
Don't hold back.
I'm
Ted,
going to
will ya?
ignore the little pictures down there now and just focus on me. It's all about me now. Me. Right, the live chat that I have open consists of Festa 67's workshop is in there first.
Don't.
I don't know. I'm sure he's not in there now because he was in there then, but he's not allowed in there anymore. Then we have
Edward Leonard has said that I'm excused from typing in the chat.
excused,
Yeah.
as in you're not allowed to, or
I don't know.
If you do, you get a
they're
pass.
saying that I should have special dispensation.
Use your mouth words.
right. So we have Colin, we have Sarah Jane, we have Dad, Eric, Ickle Pete, Paul, Sergeant Bones, Ickle Pete, AJ.
Where is Sergeant?
Ickle Pete, Sarah Jane, Dad, Ickle Pete, Eric, Stephen Hill Harris. We have. Oh, a button that didn't work. It worked that time. That was a long one as well, but there we go.
Programming error, or was that fat finger missing technical problem?
I don't know, but anyway, it worked the second time, so that's okay. We have Eric Icklepeat still. Gemma is watching. Skullfish, Sergeant Bones, Icklepeat, Skullfish, Eric. Me, I'm in the chat there as well. Mark, Kitchen Table Modeler.
We don't know where he works.
Mark, Michael, Sarah Jane, Davey Boyd says hi all. I don't recognise that name, so if you're new, welcome. Lord Barkley, Cynical Steve, Philip Prime, Tim Young. Looking forward to 90 minutes of wonderful nonsense to take my mind off things. We can do the 90 minutes and the nonsense, but the wonderful bit you might have to find somewhere else.
We might be struggling at wonderful.
I was going to say, what's he watching that we're not doing?
Is there another show on?
Yeah, almost certainly, yeah. Alex Thorpe is here. Andrew Preston, Chrono Man, Graham, Michael, Steve, Mark, Steve, Davey, Chrono Man. Nat is about. Spur and Glue, Mark, Edward, Sadster, Alex, I said already, Edward, Swigging Pig, Mark, Nat, Michael. Michael Dennis says hello all. I think that's a no.
Wait, is it Lewis in?
There will be new people watching. If you're new and I miss your name, I apologise. It's just because I didn't notice it. Mark Scopes, Michael, Mark, Michael, Anders, Andy, Eric, Phil, Stephen, Nat, Zazda, Alex, Mark, Stephen, Nat, Redlin, Anders, Osric, Zazda, Mark, Anders, Dad, Anders, Zazda, Mark, Luke, Dave Cardboard. You've got to use the full name for some people.
Cardboard.
Dave Cardboard, isn't
Have we told Chris he only needs to say people once? He doesn't need to see them each time.
Yes, I'd get confused
Just
as to
easy
which
to
ones I
read
mentioned,
through
so I'm
the
just going through quickly to most of them. We have Tim, Eric, Nat, Carl. It's Carl Denver, not our normal Carl, a different Carl to normal. So, yep.
Welcome.
Spur and Glue. Nevbo's in, one of your mods, another one of your mods. If you see a name and it's in blue and they've got a little spanner next to them, it's not because they're a spanner, it's because they're a mod. They're allowed to do, they have special powers.
Yeah.
Andrew Curryman, Wayne, Glenn, Stephen Last, Modern Waking Haggis, Jamie, Candy Graham from Mongo, Phil East, Paul, Phil, Model making guru, never go in chat. I always use my mouth words. Says,
Words.
Mouth words.
Dad Fester, still in the chat. Clarky, Davey Boyd says, "Yep, I'm new. Pleasure to meet you all. Just got back into modelling after 20 plus years. Welcome and hello."
Welcome back to the hobby.
Clarky George Taylor says, "I'm in. We can start now." Indeed. Nana Sunrise is down there, and Zazda has. Wait a minute. Zazda has.
Fork handles.
There we go, and we're sorted.
Oh, we got a button.
They don't know what I'm doing when I push the buttons.
I don't know what that was. What was that?
It's a special secret for you viewers. None of my co-presenters, they can't see what happens when I push the buttons. Everything just goes quiet, and I stop talking, and they don't know why.
Button that I did the video for you, mate.
You have to watch back.
I keep meaning to watch the show back to see what all these buttons do, but I don't get around to it, so I just have to sit there looking.
It is somewhat bizarre when you see Chris move and then yourself come up on screen. You're like, ooh, how did that work?
Now, Chris, very important question. I noticed you mentioned Nat there a few times. Is that Nat Williamson?
It is indeed, yes.
Have we seen Lewis in the chat?
I don't know. I know Lewis has got a habit of changing his name. I can't remember what he changed it to last time.
Because he did kind of get in trouble on my stream on Sunday, and I think he may have been maybe murdered, possibly, or fired or something. So
yeah, I can't remember. He used to come in as Lewis, but then he changed it to something else. But I don't know. He did actually come in as Nat one week, didn't he?
Oh,
So
Nat says no, he's away tonight. But then if you'd killed him and buried under the patio, then that's...
Nat says he's away tonight. She says away tonight.
That's what I mean. But if he was buried under the patio, that's what you would say.
Not that I'm being biased, but Anders said I've got the coolest button so far. I've sent him another one as well that he's going to do, so you might.
Yeah, I haven't programmed that into the eModels stream.
Yeah, but I must have the most buttons though, because I've got the eModels mug, the eModels mug, and I've got the slap it on.
But just a minute, just for a comparison, can you do the first one again, Ted?
An eModels mug, an eModels mug, an eModels mug, eModels mug.
Right, that was the live version. This is the button version.
An eModels mug.
You know, Ted, one day you're going to do that. And like most of the water's going to fly all over the camera.
No, he's going to come out of lockdown, and there's going to be a load of people in Morrison's when he walks in there, and they're all going to sing it to him.
Absolutely, yeah. And what was the second one, Ted?
Slap it on.
Right, and the button version of that is
slap it on.
Actually, Ted looks exactly the same in that one. And that button must be like 3 years old or something, isn't it?
Yeah, that was in the Ted shed.
Yeah, well, I have been in the loft, and I did find that painting up in the loft, but.
That was uncannily similar, says Spid.
I just got that. You doing classic literature jokes in the middle of a mindless live stream?
He's good, isn't he? He's on form tonight.
Tonight we're going to be doing a reading class with Tedward.
Professor McSkipperton.
How he's got the fireplace installed and the big wingback chair in his gentleman's study upstairs.
Yeah,
he's got to be sat there in a smoking jacket, isn't he?
I did the smoking jacket and the big slippers and the dog, the basset hound or something like that.
We have a new person in chat. Liquid Len says, "Evening, new here. Welcome, Liquid Len."
Good evening, mate.
Bring all your friends, because this is the only place from tonight you can go.
Yeah.
I'm slightly confused though. Should we be calling you Liquid or Len?
Am I getting like a Metal Gear Solid thing going on here in my head as well, like Liquid and Solid and?
It's just the bit where me and Ted glaze over now.
Yeah, I haven't got me tool of the week to throw in the loft.
I've got two, mate. Yeah,
I'm having a quick look round. Has any tools fallen out of my pocket while I've been going up and downstairs? Afraid not. No.
If we've got Liquid Len, does that mean we've got like gaseous Dad?
No, we've definitely got a gaseous.
We've got one of them anyway, mate.
Dad is definitely gaseous.
Yeah.
But do we have like a solid Len and a
I think that should be if everybody in chat is watching. If you were a state of matter, what state would you be?
Oh, that's quite highbrow. That.
I think the Mike Mountain would be wind then.
Right, without further ado, we'll go across to Fester's factoid.
Are we going for the old factoid? Are we?
Yeah,
you got away with it.
Factoid of the week. Yeah, we might as
On
well.
this very day in 2001. The Russian space station Mir ended 15 years in orbit by burning up in the Earth's atmosphere.
Oh,
as the way it was chosen to end its life. Mia launched in 1986 and had far exceeded its original planned 5-year lifespan. The Russian government decided in October 2000 that its poor condition could no longer justify the expense to maintain its use. So there you go, mate.
Yeah.
We got a death as well.
of
Oh.
course.
On this day in 1849, at the ripe old age of 84,
Ooh.
Andres Manuel del Rio, who was a Spanish-American mineralogist who discovered a new element later called vanadium. Yeah,
You paused.
dropped dead, basically. So that is the unfortunate death of the week this week.
Mineralogist.
On a little side note, did you know it was actually meteorological day today?
Ooh.
Oh, is it? Oh,
I didn't see any cards stacked up in the shelves in the shops, though.
I didn't, mate.
Yeah.
I had no idea, Ted.
A happy meteorological day to you all.
Oh, shall we do that? If you've got any announcements or shout outs for anything, then please send them in. Send them in to ted@emodels.co.uk.
Yeah.
I've got a shout out. It's my brother's birthday tomorrow. Not that he'll be watching, but at least I can say I've announced it live. So
Yeah.
happy birthday, Steve.
Well, you could send him a soundbite, couldn't you?
I could, but no, I won't.
You'll be there going, well, I've got a thing of a guy going, any models, mug. Just very quickly, I hope we haven't scared Liquid Len off. Just to let Liquid Len know, we do tend to focus on awesome names in chat, so
Yeah.
We're always gentle. Don't be scared of us.
Mm.
He hasn't said anything since we sort of talked about his name. So
Yeah, I mean, come on, don't be scared of us. We're, a big bunch of girlies and we're cuddly and fluffy.
yeah, you never see Festa. You never see below Festa's chest, but there's a skirt down there. Don't worry about it. He's harmless. He says it's a kilt, but they don't do kilts in pink.
Yeah,
I didn't think you would suss that one.
It was the Hello Kitty on the side that gave it away, mate. Oh, he says still here and listening. Good lad.
Ah, ding dong. That's conjured up such an horrible image.
How do you think we feel?
Yeah, burn that off your retinas immediately.
Right. Yeah. So, what's everybody been doing this week? Because we can ask this question next week, and we'll say, "What's everybody been doing this week?" Nothing.
Not been doing nothing now, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what have you been doing this week? Has everybody been doing anything this week? Got anything on your bench? And you lot out there, what's on your bench and what's in your belly? Don't forget that. So, Colin, have you been up to much?
Yeah, I've been doing a bit more on the Corvette.
Oh,
So that's got Fester and his Doris, and it's just got to have a bit of rusting done because it's a fiberglass car and they do rust
obviously, yeah, lots.
because it's the metallic in the paint. That's what it is, isn't it? Been doing a bit of a British field gun.
Ooh, is that a thingy quad pounder?
Yeah, a 6 pound boomstick. So
Is that going on the front or the back of the car?
Yes.
No, that's just something to kill a bit of time. Also been doing a bit on the Death Race Mustang that's on my channel.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's got the suicide doors and all of that going on.
How much of that is complete custom sticking things on, or is that the kit?
Pretty much all of it, mate.
Is it just a factory Mustang you've stuck stuff on?
Yeah, it was. I'll show you the kit because I've got it just here. It was one of them, mate.
Ooh.
And it's now the Death Race film with guns and armor and suicide doors and big boomsticks.
So are you using like kit parts and kit bashing, or are you scratch building or 3D printing?
Scratch building and 3D printing, mate.
Ooh.
Oh,
So I've been doing a fair bit on that, and then I may have started filming an eModels build on the ball tank. So I've been a busy little bee because, as you know, I'm housebound anyway, and with what's going on, you just got to keep shop occupied, didn't you?
Aye. Just while I remember, by the way, talking about that you were going to start on your ball tank. We did say earlier on that Nevbo was one of your mods in chat. Nevbo's also one of the video contributors, as his dad, for the eModels channel. Nevbo's build of the motorbike
Is it a
Kawasaki Ninja Carbon Fox. That's the one you was trying to think of, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah, that's exactly what
He
I
was
just
just
said.
about to
That's
say
what
that.
it is, yeah.
That's pretty much what I just said. He's doing the is it Hasegawa? No. Who makes it? I can't remember the kit. It's a push fit.
Yeah.
1/9 scale motorbike. It looks fantastic. So yeah, he's filming that. So he's got the first couple of episodes up. So do go and watch that. And of course, Dad is working on his Land Rover. He's not got an episode up yet, but he's working on that. So stay tuned for that.
So Colin, that's Colin done with Chris. Have you been up to out then?
Me? I don't think so.
Never both said Meng, Fox.
Oh yes, it's
I've
the
been
main
doing the rather large Baneblade,
blade.
which is now all camoed up and assembled. I've got to do the extra detaily painting bits on it, and then the weathering and things. So it's all going there. I know it's not very bright and it's very camouflaged, so you might not be able to see it very clearly against the background, but it looks like that.
Yeah, the camouflage does actually work because it just all blends into one. It just looks like an orange blob.
You just can't tell what it is. Yeah.
You can't tell.
Sorry,
what it is.
were you showing something on camera? Because I couldn't see anything.
No, it's just there you go. I'll show it to you again.
God, that is good how you've done that, Chris. I'm impressed,
Yeah.
mate.
You managed to paint it exactly like your entire face. I'm quite impressed.
Then over to Fox. Then Fox, what have you been doing? I'm sure you. I believe you've delved into a box this week.
Yes, I have. Ted appears to have frozen at my end. Is that on your end as well, guys, or is it just me?
You're moving.
Yeah, everything looks frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen my end, yeah.
Has he? That sounds personal. Yes, I have been. A couple of things. I finished. I haven't got it out, but you can probably see it in the shelf down there. That big Sazabi I was working on. I can't remember if I finished it last time. The last time I was on, it's now finished. It's a bit disassembled, but it's finished. It's done. The Sazabi is done. And in about 9 months' time, when I can post things again, I'll be sending it off to its new home, forever home.
It's all frozen again.
I've lost Ted. Have you still got me?
You're still there, yes.
Okay.
Ted's moving around a little bit.
But because that's finished, it means.
Can we have a drum roll, won't it?
I can have a lumbar support. Whoa!
Oh, you're starting your TARDIS.
Is it the Enterprise? It's got that shape
Yeah,
to
it
it,
looks
isn't
like
Yeah.
it, Chris, doesn't it?
It's
Yeah.
the booby prize. Yes, it is. The perfect grade Millennium Falcon is now open. I've opened the box. I've had a little bit of a cry. It's massive. But just look at this. Look at this. Look at the decal sheet.
Oh.
It's got all the little tiny little decals that were on the filming miniature.
And these are actually decals, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not stickers. They're water slide decals. It's got all the little markings that were things like basically the rated sports car kits and Tamiya kits and stuff, and they just took all the little decals and like some of these are like half a Tamiya logo. One of them is an instrument panel from a fighter plane. So if you look at the real studio miniature of the Falcon, it's got things like those all over them, and on the very back of it, it's got a drive carefully thing on the very back of the Falcon. They've actually reproduced that here as well, so they've done a really good job with those water slides. So,
Zaz's asking, is there an unboxing vid?
there will be when I film it.
Did you get that fear and trepidation when you opened the box, like I opened the box of the submarine and opened the box of the Titanic and thought, "Oh, what have I done?"
Well, not really, because I've done the fine molds Falcon a couple of times, and that is a proper glue kit. It's the same 1/72 scale, so I've done that one like 3 times now. And this is a Bandai, so it's push fit, so it's going to be an absolute doddle to build. But it does have lighting, and electricity and stuff makes me give the cold sweats. So I'm not looking forward to that bit. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm going to have to change the way I paint it a bit from my normal way because it's Bandai plastic, so I can't just go slopping thin Tamiya smoke all over it. But
Some of the enamel stuff, can you? You know.
well, I can do some of that, but I can't get like a thin load of Tamiya smoke and slap it all over. Because
Are you saying you're not just going to be able to
Slap it on.
exactly. Now we all knew what you pressed at as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. I've not quite figured out how I'm going to weather it yet. So it's going to be interesting for you guys to see how I do it because you've got to be super careful with Bandai plastics anyway. So stay tuned. I'm going to start filming the unboxing tomorrow. I've got the instruction volume.
Oh yeah, that's beefy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the first section is about like wiring.
That's tomfoolery and witchcraft, then, isn't it?
this whole section here is just how to put the batteries in the lighting pack and how to take wires in and out, and then you start the assembly. So yeah, the first video is going to be like an unboxing and stuff and a quick look, and that'll only be like a 5-10 minute video, and then after that we'll start on the cockpit and work our way along from that point. So yeah, that will begin this week.
Good.
Tomorrow even.
We have a question in the chat which leads us nicely onto the next bit, which says, if I can find it, Mark Scope says, how's the loft conversion, Ted? Look forward to seeing the Titanic. So what have you been doing this week, Ted?
Yeah, well, I've been up in the loft doing all sorts of DIY and painting and cutting wood and insulation and things like that and putting sockets in. I actually thought I would have been in the loft this week from the new workshop, broadcasting from the workshop, but it's going to be next week. I think I'm about a day behind what I thought I would have been. Plus, today I didn't want to move everything upstairs, being a live stream night, and then find it didn't work. So I put it back a day or so till we get it. But it's all ready for cleaning out tomorrow. Get the carpet down, and then start building desks and putting shelves up. So we'll be ready to go.
Sweet.
Yeah, so it's coming on. So there are a few pictures floating about as it developed, but it's quite difficult to take a picture of a room in a loft.
Anders wants to know what scale the loft is.
It's about 1 to 2, I think. It's not full size, but
yeah, it's a squeeze, but we can get in there. Yeah.
Apparently, Earl D says that I'm going rouge.
Yep, it must be your colour balance.
Yes. Somebody asked a question. No. Quano Man says about that my Millennium Falcon decals. He says I spotted on that it has the Michelin Bubble Man on the Falcon water slides. I haven't spotted that yet, but I did put a Michelin Bubble Man on my Cesabi decals because I like doing like little truck decals and stuff in weird places. It's good fun.
I'm a little bit concerned because Nat says definitely against Lewis, Eric. I think Chris needs to tread very carefully. I'm going to have to read back through the chat and find out why I'm in trouble.
You're always in trouble.
Are you in the doghouse again, Chris?
Apparently, I don't know why yet. Eric says, just an observation. I think Nat and Gemma are plotting against their significant others. So, yeah, no change there then.
Well, no, because Gemma has just said Chris is in good books for now as she has the red plane.
Yes, indeed.
I lost. Right, it's back through chat. I did notice that somebody was having some food.
Oh, hang on. Just very quick. Sorry to interrupt you, Ted. We got a shout out.
Oh, we've got a shout out. Come first.
We have a shout out. Apparently, it's a vague shout out. We have a birthday on potentially Wednesday or Thursday. That's the best information we have. When it is apparently Nat's birthday.
Oh.
Yeah, so many happy returns to Nat.
So we don't know when, though.
You can blame Dad for that. Wednesday or Thursday. So whichever of those 2 days it is, Nat, happy birthday.
Yeah, we would sing it, but YouTube would shut us down.
Yeah.
Well, no, they would.
And
It's not copyright
anymore.
It's not copyright anymore, but we just get banned for being awful.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got nothing to do with copyright. It's just we are that bad.
So, happy coming birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday now.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. I found the Billy and bench. So Phil Lewis was the first one in tonight, I think.
Oh.
Billy, a nice roast pork dinner, courtesy of his wonderful wife. Cup of tea, please. A bench, slow progress and detailing on the cryo bay of the Revell 196 Apollo.
Oh.
Yeah, good. Quanaman was next with lasagna, just went in the trough, and he's been working on his 1/8 scale DeLorean.
Oh, is that the Agostini one, is it, mate?
Yeah, I think it must be for that size. I can't think of any kits that are that size. It must be. Yeah,
I think it is, yeah. Nevbo says it's Meng, the kit that he's building.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Dad says it's coming soon.
Yeah. Donald McKenzie, belly, steak, egg, and baked potato. Bench is the James Bond submarine Lotus Esprit.
I don't know what any of this is.
I'm trying to find it as well.
I've lost because I was right at the. I'll jump ahead to where I am. I've got Donald McKenzie. You've just done that one. I know where we are.
Done that one, mate.
I found it.
I know where we are. There. That's probably the last one as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Belly?
I think the next one's right down the bottom there. But we have Philip Buck saying, "Evening all. I'm hoping all are well. Spent a fortune on eModels the other day. I'm poor and the wife is mad. Happy days."
Happy days.
And
Thank you very much.
you're locked in a room with a wife with a rolling pin the other side of the door trying to get you out now.
Well, thank you very much for your custom on behalf of the guys at eModels.
Yes. Kitchen table modeler, Belly homemade beef mince meatballs in a fragrant tomato and basil sauce,
Ooh.
served on a bed of fresh tagliatelle with side serving of sunblushed and garlic flatbread.
Now we
Bench is 1/35th scale half track.
See, we do ask for specific details, and that's about as specific as you can get.
Mate, I'm impressed with that.
That sounds quite a bright, enthusiastic.
LD says, apparently I've got the voice of an angel. Really?
Jamie Shiner Trek Model Maker says tea, sausage and mash, bench, time machines.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sergeant Bones says belly, chicken wings, honey barbecue style, bench, and oily image the side of his face after falling asleep at the bench yesterday.
Goldfish is saying my voice is as rough as a roofer's glove. Yeah, my missus says I've got a face like a roof tiler's nail bag.
RJC Reese over at RJC Models are probably going to regret asking this. He says, question for Colin. Why was Bob Monkhouse shiny?
Yeah, it was one of them age-old questions, wasn't it? You know, when people go, "Oh, why is this? Why is that?" And you go, "Yeah, but why is Bob Monkhouse shiny?" Because he was.
Mm.
Quantum Man confirms it's the Eagle Moss that does the DeLorean, the Eagle Moss part work, the DeLorean.
Luke Lawson's got a chicken salad and a 132nd trumpeted TMB Avenger.
Mm.
Dream Shrek's Shiner.
Cynical Steve says, Bench, I now actually have and been using what? Hang on, let me start again. Bench, I now actually have and been using one. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, you didn't used to have a bench.
Okay. Belly, homemade corn, beef, onion, and potato pie again because it's lush.
Mm. Oh, I don't like corned beef. Can't do corned beef at all.
Yeah, but when it's got onion and potato and chips and gravy and other things, and steak and chips.
Nat says belly cheesy peas pasta bake. Bench completely empty tonight. I'm tired of the first day of homeschooling.
I've got to say it. Cheesy peas.
Cheesy peas. Never had to recall having cheesy peas.
You remember the Fresh Show sketch with the is cheese, is peas, is cheesy peas.
Don't know that one.
Andy McLeish's belly burgers and chips. Bench is still the Mustang.
I just going back to that quote mention of homeschooling by Nat Williamson. All you need to do is give your kids a model kit. It involves everything in the school curriculum. That's painting, design, artwork, maths, everything. It's
Maybe
all
not
there.
biology.
Yeah, maybe not biology, unless you're building a tooth.
That's true. Mark Scope says, Belly, who wants McDonald's? 2.5 hours to go. And Tim Young says, Belly, chicken goujon with hash brown mini waffle. Well, he says, let me read it as he writes it. He says, chicken goujons with hash brown mini waffles. I don't know why he's put the bunny ears around there. Unless they're not actually hash brown or mini waffles. Still at work at the moment, optician, so not much bench time at present. Still on the Kuwaiti SA-330 Puma helicopter at present. And Graham McRobert says, in my belly a haggis. And to wash it down, a beer.
Yeah.
People, use your commas. A bench ready to air my German 135th elephant tank.
Seen that for some homeschooling on punctuation.
Use your punctuation,
you've got to do the punctuation because us lot are useless at reading out.
You have to remember when I'm reading the chat, it's a really small iPad, a really long way away.
Yeah, I'm sitting there squinting like a good one. I'm like,
Philip Book says, now chaps, here goes. My birthday, March 26th. That's a shout out.
No,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Philip.
Getting on a bit. Belly, Rogan, Josh, Bench, finishing my Tiger one from Zvezda.
Philip Prime. Belly, leftover homemade chicken chow mein. Bench, still the Bob Hurricane diorama.
George Taylor. Belly, homemade for cheese, mac and cheese. Bench is a 196 HMS Enterprise.
No one can say mac and cheese like you, Colin.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese, isn't it?
Mac and cheese.
Is that another button? Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. You couldn't get more Cockney if you tried to say it more Cockney.
See,
Cheese and Mac.
it's funny. My missus says I've lost my accent.
So do you go into McDonald's at a mac and cheese? Mac and
Mate,
cheese,
I sit there and I say to him, "Here, mate, can you tell us something?" He goes, "What? How did they manage to get the cow in the milkshake machine?" And they always give you that weird look. Sorry, mate, I don't get out a lot.
Lord Barkley III says, homemade mince and onion pie. Takes me back to school, that does. Homemade mince, onion pie and mash, bench, and F4B Phantom 1/48 scale.
A man says lemon drizzle and custard.
Ooh, but what's on your bench?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Lemon drizzle and custard.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I'll give you that one. Mark Scope says squeezy cheesy peas. Cause you like squeezy peas.
Sarah Jane says sardines with soy sauce on toast.
Ooh, interesting.
Sounds right. Yeah, I might try that. I've got all of them things because I've been stockpiling, so I've got it all. Belly, 3,000 piece jigsaw on the bench, mushy peas with a on bench of. All right, I get it now. Punctuation. I'll read it properly. Sardines.
Remember, folks, if you do use your punctuation, there's no guarantee we'll read the punctuation.
Sardines with soy sauce on toast in the belly. In the belly. I'm still reading it wrong.
Adding words.
A 3,000 piece jigsaw on the bench of mushy peas with a picture on both sides. I get it. So it's a jigsaw of a picture of mushy peas.
That's the best thing ever because mushy peas are awesome.
Mushy peas. That's going to take forever to do.
Yeah. Plus, it's the same. I assume it's the same image on both sides just to mess with everybody's karma and chi.
So, if you're doing a jigsaw with mushy peas, does it make you want to go and have some mushy peas?
Everything wants you. See, theoretically, everything should make you want to have mushy peas because mushy peas are the best. It's the only form of pea you can eat because peas are rubbish unless they're mushy peas. Mushy peas.
They're boring if they ain't mushy, aren't they?
Well, just normal peas are like.
Yeah, it's like they're great
with the skin on it. It's just.
But do you find when you've got mushy peas, you still have to mush them just that little bit more?
Yeah,
I just don't eat them.
I'm not saying that normal peas are rubbish, but there's a reason we call them short cucumbers.
Well, I think we said it before that whenever you have ordinary peas, there's always one on the table when you take all the plates away.
Now, you see the important word there, Ted, is ordinary, and that's what peas are. They are ordinary and boring and grey.
Yeah. Did we just hear the shocking truth that Ted peas on the table?
Oh.
I think we did, yeah. Peas are boring because they're
no peas in our time. Eric Graham, politics. Eric Graham says, moving away from that quickly, belly, fish and chips, bench, HO scale, scenery diorama, because Eric likes his railroading. Just Eric.
Oh, right. Yep. That's nice.
George.
Yep. George Taylor. No.
George Taylor says, I have a button now. I've arrived. Has George got a button?
George got one.
I don't know.
not
that I'm aware
the man
of.
with the buttons.
Earl D says belly slope barbecue ribs with Southern Comfort barbecue sauce. That's a bit like Jim, Ted, but American. Sweet potatoes glazed with homemade sweet chili sauce, and after that, we really don't care what's on your bench.
Jamie Schreiner Trick Modeler says, I really hope, I'm putting in the right punctuation, full stop.
Yeah.
That might help us out immensely.
LD then does say later on bench empty tonight.
Yeah. What's on your bench tonight? My feet.
What's on your bench tonight? My belly. Because I had a big dinner.
Morgan Gaming says belly, duck stir fry, bench, 132nd Harrier.
Welcome, Morgan Gaming, by the way.
Oh, nice.
We've seen that name before. Jamie Bone says bench, Airfix 172nd English Electric Lightning, still working on that one. And belly, ham and jam sandwich. Ooh, with Battenberg for pudding. Ham and jam, that's a bit French, that is.
Bit of ham and jam, eh? Get in.
Battenberg for pudding. Yeah, Battenberg with a cup of tea. Maybe not for a pudding. Never mind. Yeah.
Sarah Jane confirms it's the same picture on both sides, but of mushy peas.
And she's eating mushy peas as well.
That'd be terrible if you spill them on the puzzle. You wouldn't know.
Yeah, you could have a stealth pea. You ain't going to know, are you?
Yeah.
Nobody's making jokes about
it's 3D puzzle.
Give peas a chance. SKP, peas on earth. Goodwill to all men. We can't do it in an Irish accent, though. There'll be no peas in our time.
Mac and cheese, Sir George Taylor. Mac and cheese.
Andy McLeish says something that I'd have to shout, but I don't want to shout it because it'd break the microphones. But I'd have to walk over there and shout it, but I'm tethered with my microphone, with my headphones.
Graham Roberts says, P.S. Whoever tried to mimic the Scots accent, don't give up your day job.
I know. Every time I do a Scottish accent, my Glaswegian father violently oscillates in his grave. I take great pride in my terrible Scottish accent.
All right, yeah. Nana Sunrise has got the best idea. Billy, hot dogs with ketchup.
Oh,
yeah. As long as they're cheap hot dogs, they're the cheapest hot dogs you can get in the cheapest Mother's Pride buns you can get.
Buns. And if you can get them, dried onions that you put in the... And you,
yeah.
That's it.
Although I have to say, I did make a discovery a few years ago when we had no dried onions. So what I did was I got an enormous jar of sauerkraut. And I've got to tell you, hot dogs with sauerkraut, it's a taste sensation.
I was going to say, yeah, that's got a bit of the old je ne sais quoi, is it?
Oh dear Lord, what was that?
Yeah, we'll just skip over that bit. Yeah, pretend that's foreign.
Pretend that didn't happen. Stick sauerkraut on you. It's weird. It's you have to drain it. Because it's nice. It was a taste sensation.
Edward Leonard says he had to Google mushy peas. He didn't know what mushy peas were.
Mushy peas? Do you want mushy peas on your chips? No, I'll just have gravy.
Tim Young's got a question for you, Ted. Hot dogs from a jar or a tin?
Tin.
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter, does it? Because there's always 10 hot dogs and 12 buns.
Yeah.
Jar's just a bit posh, isn't it?
It does matter because if you get decent hot dogs, that's not right. You need to get like the tin of Prince's hot dogs that have no flavour of their own whatsoever, and they're also about that long.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, brilliant. And then you just slap on loads of mustard, tomato sauce, onions. Get good to go.
Mark Scopes and Jamie are talking about lightnings. And Jamie, he says, Jamie, I have two 148th Airfix ones and a sword 172nd and a 132 to keep me busy during the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Brains!
Stephen Hill Harris says, my wife says I never listen to her or something like that.
I see what you did there. Yeah, that's true.
Now, I said this on my stream yesterday when Lewis got into a bit of trouble. And we'll say it on this stream as well. When you put something in chat, always assume that one of us might read it out.
Yeah.
So if you're going to say something in chat that might get you in trouble with somebody else in the room that's watching, when we read it out loud and put your name first and then read your comment, just keep that in mind. If it looks like it's going to get you into trouble, we're absolutely going to read it out.
Oh, yeah, we will read it out just to drop you in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't read out something. If someone put in something like, my wife always waits till I'm upstairs before she says, I wouldn't read that out, obviously, because that would get me in trouble.
No, but we would, just to get you in trouble.
Yeah. eModels is sponsored by Bob's Marriage Counselling Service.
What are we up to? Just a reminder, we had a giveaway last week as well, didn't we? So, did we?
Yes, we had a giveaway last week. There is still room for you to go to last week's video, put a comment in the end of it. At the end, we're going to draw it out and see who wins.
Yeah. Does someone want to message Carl and tell him there's still time?
Carl, surprise!
If we just think about it hard enough, he'll pick up the vibrations.
Yeah.
I think Jamie Shiner, Trek Model Maker, had to go because Jamie's saying, "Have fun, stay safe."
Yeah, there you go, mate.
All right, but
I didn't see the comment where he said he was leaving.
No.
So I don't know if he has left or not. I'm just assuming.
Dylan Clark says, just finished my hot dogs and been 3D printing a Deadpool bust.
Oh, good shout.
I was about to say something then. It's not family friendly. Yeah.
Why is everyone having hot dogs?
Philip Brooks says, if you can dodge a ball, you can dodge a rolling pin.
Mm-hmm. Just going back to food there, I've been watching a program on TV about the corner shop. Has anybody seen that one where they go back in, a corner shop goes back in time?
Is this the one with the same people that did like the Edwardian farm? And
I think
I like those guys.
I think it's the same sort of theme, but they're going back in time. And this week, the shop was set in the 70s, and they had, I don't know if you remember them. Do you remember toast toppers?
Yep, toast toppers. I used to love those things when I was a kid.
Toast toppers. They looked like they look like they look like that, but they actually tasted pretty damn good.
Well, they look like a dog had thrown up on your toast. Let's be honest.
Were they as nuclear as a Pop-Tart?
Yeah.
They were. Yeah, they were really. But you had to remember to toast your bread before you put the toast topper on. Otherwise, you just got bread underneath the toast topper.
Yeah, I can remember when my mum discovered Breville sandwich machines. Everything was put in a Breville. No matter what the ingredients were, it was slammed in. There should be leaning on it, trying to get it in.
Well, that's
the way to do it.
That's like when my dad got himself a mortar and pestle. And from that moment on, pretty much once a week, we'd have one of Dad's curries.
Oh, right.
It was one of that where it was like, he'd get all the whatever the meat was and stuff, and then he'd spend like an hour getting different spices and herbs and doing all this. Whatever he did, they always came out exactly the same, not spicy, kind of watery. And he varied all the ingredients, but they always tasted like they were nice.
Jamie Bone asks what last week's giveaway was. It was a massive big tank.
Massive big tank.
It was the Zvedster 135th massive big tank.
Is it worth showing it so we can encourage people to go and comment?
Sorry?
Is it worth showing it so we can encourage people to go and do their duty?
I could see if I could share that. Yes, I'll put it here somewhere. Hang about.
Yeah, when we see it, if you want to win this, all you need to do is go to last week's show and put up a comment about something. I can't remember what.
Yes. Let me see if I can look on me and remember how to share the screen without making the entire everything go hideously bad.
While you're doing that, and hopefully not killing everything, Stewpot says, "My mug arrived. I'm drinking my tea."
Yes, I believe the mugs have been going out. Those of you who have won mugs in the past have been lucky enough to receive some, but I think they all came in and they all went out again.
That's what we're giving away this week. I won't read out the text on the box because, it's the Zvezda 135th Russian main battle tank T90.
There you go. I'm going to hazard a guess here, not being a Russian reader, but I'm going to guess it says Russian main battle tank.
Yeah.
I would assume it says something like that, but yes.
Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, go. Whatever it is, whatever the prize is, it's worth winning anyway because it's free.
Yeah, it's free. It costs you 0 pennies.
Yeah, and we give things away like main battle tanks and pigeons.
Pigeons
because they coo.
I've just noticed the reason that Dylan was having hot dogs as well is because Nana Sunrise says Dylan Clark is my son-in-law.
Hot dogs together.
Hot dogs.
Do you fight? Do you sort of wait until there's one left on the plate and then everybody looks at it thinking who's going to take it first? Who's going to be like, no, it's all right. You have that. Yeah, no.
I've got to do a little bit of maintenance and admin. Mama Foxx, stick hot dogs on the Amazon list. Just do it.
And dried onions.
We've got to think where we got food in and stuff because I've said this on my streams, but I'm basically people are being locked in now, but I am locked in. I have been for 2 or 3 weeks, and I will be until the end of all this nonsense. So we got an Amazon order in last week. We've got loads of food. We're fine. We'll be good for a few weeks. But we had one loaf of bread, and we're like, now we've got no bread. We can't just order bread because you have to order so much to get the Amazon delivery. So it's like, so we're slowly building up a list of stuff we need so we can get the bread and all new things as well.
I'm not sure how this Amazon delivery works. Is it like a Tesco delivery, or do you get one tin of beans from one supplier and a packet of biscuits from another supplier?
You go on Tinterweb and you do this, and a little man turns up and says many things, or rather dumps it in your porch and goes back to the other end of the driveway, and then you have the foods.
Well, right.
You press some buttons and a little man appears. It's great.
Colin, get out of chat.
Well, Graham was asking what everyone's self-isolating nickname's going to be. So
I don't know about
my missus already calls me Alf Garnet anyway. So,
well, we know our friend Paul, his self-isolation nickname, because he was quarantined for 14 days. His self-isolation nickname is Vivian. Bored.
I mean, I'm similar boat to you. I'm sort of housebound anyway, so it's not really made a lot of difference to me personally, but it has for those around me, because obviously my interaction with them has to be limited because I'm deemed at risk. So it's.
Unfortunately, I live in a house. I live in a house where I can't look out the window across the road and see anybody else because there's nobody there. It's just so I couldn't gesture out the window.
Yeah, I mean, this is where the webcam for me is my window to the world, and these shows and my own one that I do and Hangouts and that, because that becomes your social media, doesn't it? Your interaction with people.
Yeah,
So.
but I probably think that things like Hangouts and things would probably take off for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, good old Google, really decided to put put their foot in that by messing with Hangouts on air, because that would have been a really useful tool, wouldn't it, for folks?
Yeah. Yeah, so once I get the workshop set up, I might be a bit more akin to joining in people's live chats.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed over the last few days with it, and I think folks in the chat will agree that a lot of us in the community are doing more live stuff, be it during the day or overnight, to keep fellow people in the community entertained or whatever, because it's new to them, isn't it, the isolation thing, and sometimes just to be at the bench and look up and see a friendly face looking back,
or one of us,
or one of us. Yeah, I would say to people, because we are going to be, like Colin was saying, I'm not at risk, but I share a house with someone who is at high risk. So we've self-isolated like from the start of last week. We just said, right, shields up, bang, not taking the risk. Which means we'll be doing this for the next 3 or 4 months, or maybe a lot longer, which is fine for me. It's not a problem for me. It's brilliant. But it does mean, like we said, that people are going to be depending a lot on things like this show and other live shows on YouTube for the little community. So if you are, if you watch this show, get talking with people in chat, because a lot of people in the chat have their own channels as well, and all of us four have our own channels. Get talking to people, go into people's channels, subscribing and hitting the notification bells and stuff, because you'll find over the coming months there'll be a lot of like Hangouts and live shows with live chats on this channel and other channels and stuff. We'll do a lot of stuff, and I think at some point, we might do a live thing on here a few times as well.
I was muting this idea with the guy I do my Sunday things with, and it perhaps might be something to mute with the guys at eModels. Do we do an isolation build along the lines of the Christmas build we did? Do we think of doing something like that?
Yeah, could be an idea. Well, we could have a think about that, and
and I don't know whether Pete is watching or James, but if you guys are up for that sort of thing and it would help people out there, perhaps that might be an idea on something we could do as a give back to the community, I suppose.
If nothing else, then we maybe just do some extra of these little kind of live shows every now and then.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I said yesterday on mine, if there are people out there that have got a webcam and a mic, PM me, send me a thing, and I'll put a link up, and they can just come in and chat quite happily. I don't mind.
Well, the thing is, we're all acutely aware of as YouTubers is that we're acutely aware that we have, people that watch our stuff and little communities. It's all kind of the same community.
Yes.
And they all need somewhere to hang out and talk to. And like me, I say I'm here now for the next however many months. I won't see anybody.
No.
So to me, like with Colin, if I'm doing a live stream, it's because I want people to come and hang out in the chat, but also it's people for me to talk to. So it's to my benefit as well. So
that's the thing I found, Foxx. I mean, I've been housebound for 3.5, nearly 4 years, and only go out for medical stuff. So cabin fever is there, and with your mental health, I've got my own demons. I don't hide the fact. I'm very open about it, and I sort of sit and listen to people with PTSD and things, and just give them a friendly face to talk to, and it helps me. It's therapy for me as well as them.
But keep your eye on. I say in chat, talk amongst yourselves in chat. Sharing your own channels, and just start watching other people's stuff and hanging out. And pressing the bell. If you want to watch live streams, make sure on this channel to hit the notification bell, because we might do some more off the cuff shows. Everybody else's channels as well. Notification bells.
We like to say we've all got channels. Subscribe to us, and we'll put links up. I mean, if I'm at the bench during the day, I normally fire a link up for the people in my sort of hangout group and go, look, I'm at the bench. If you're working from home, even if you just come in, say hello, and go about your work, at least they've got someone to interact with, and that's been a thing this week and last week, the tail end of it. So why not?
Just before it gets lost off the top of the chat thing, Anders says, you missed my belly and bench, but then again, no surprises here. Should we guess what his belly and bench was?
I did highlight it. I'll scroll up and have a look.
Let's see if we can
No, don't scroll up. We'll do it from memory.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to guess there was salad.
It's going to be a salad, and it's going to be a Panzer IV, isn't it?
It's going to be a Panzer IV. It's going to be a
Yeah.
Panzer IV.
Back to your diet, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a diet day, so it's going to have some sort of salad.
Yeah. We do have a very important comment. Tim Young says, please read this comment. My wife is sat next to me, is a determined rookie modeler and working super hard at her dental practice at present.
Oh, happy days.
Hello to Mrs. Tim Young. So Tim's better half, I suspect, as it always is.
And she's a dentist.
Yeah, working hard at her dental practice.
Oh, good for you, sweetheart.
Yeah. Anybody working in the health industry right now is all right in my book.
Yeah.
And other things as well. But
please stop panic buying so that these guys can get their essentials, because we're all going to be looking out for them, looking after us. So cut it out and let them get their essentials, folks.
Phil Lewis.
Mark Scope says, have eModels had to close? The retail side of things, yes. But they're still online, obviously, because you can see it's emodels.co.uk. They're still active on that as far as we know for the foreseeable. So, yeah.
Yep. You can't go to the store. You can't go to the walk-in shop. They're closed, obviously. It's the law now. But yeah, you can still place orders and stuff. The latest word we had was from the big boss, or rather the secondary big boss, because Pete's the big boss. Mrs. Pete is the bigger boss.
Not size related.
Yeah, the power rating. We had word just before the show saying yes, the online side is still up and running. So there you go. Let's have a look.
Should we do a what's in store? We've got about that time now.
Yeah. Paul Di Tommaso says he's got the family watching the stream. Hello, Paul's family, says Dad.
Yep. Oh, get the family. Yeah, get the family involved. Get the family involved in some modelling. Get yourself across to eModels. Get something cheap and cheerful. Slap it in your basket and send off for it.
Yeah.
And you can.
Zadster says dental people have access to some great modelling tools.
They do. I use them. Yeah, I use them on my stream.
Funnily enough, I may touch on such matters in my what's in store. I may not, but I may do.
Not that you've just done your what's in store in the last 2 minutes.
No, but you know what's in it. There's a thing in there. This dental.
Apparently, it's easier than me.
All right. I'll click on Foxx then, because he does his own introduction as well, so that makes it easy. We can all go and have a breather.
That's it. Yeah.
I can't believe I got to do my I can't believe I got to do this bit for you guys, but for myself.
I want to see if you get it the right way round.
Yeah.
I don't know which the way around. I remembered the right T-shirt tonight, but
go with the hand that your watch is on. If you haven't got the buttons,
Yeah, but I look at it the other way
if you have
around.
buttons, it would be on the other wrist.
It goes the same way as the writing on your shirt.
I've got to imagine, right, there's a telly screen here, and outside there is a camera, and right, so it's over there. Right, okay, I've got it. I have to imagine the universe. Okay, right. Anyway, yes, it's what's in store time. It's that time when we do a what's in store. We show you some of the good things in store, and there is the theme. And obviously, at the moment, we're not giving mugs away still yet, because we think all the ones that came in may have already gone out, because everybody was out with mugs. So you can, as we have done for the last few weeks, you can win a vast amount of absolutely nothing.
Yay!
Yeah, you can win your own personal signed by all of us, touched by Ted's moustache. Nothing.
Yeah, you could win a mug. Well, you could win what's inside this one.
What, a bit of water? A gin?
No, nothing.
I was waiting for Chris to press the button, but he didn't. Yes, so
I didn't.
There is the theme. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you loads of things. At the end of it, you can all in chat then decide what you think the theme is. And the first person to get the theme right will win a big fat nothing. Awesome nothing. Ted's pointing at my camera, which is really weird. You're pointing right at my camera. So,
I can point at Ted.
Yeah. Now remember, don't answer before. I'll come back from the. I can't get my words out now. You're making me distracted. I'm still seeing you guys full screen. They don't realise this. Yes, don't answer what the theme is before we come back, because this joke doesn't really work now because there's no consequences to it. We'll just take the mickey out of you. Anyway, I'll shut up. But before we do that, to make sure there's no lag between video and chat, you want to hit the refresh button on your browser and drag the slider, because you want to refresh and drag. That was a complete train wreck because Ted's waving things around.
Sorry.
It's really weird because we still see each other like full screen, so Ted's right behind my camera going like this. Anyway, I'll do a share screen. I'll show you. What am I doing? I've got no idea. Where's the button?
The button's over there.
I've got two monitors. My mouse is on the wrong monitor. It's just gone away now. Right, share screen, and we'll do a bit of that. And we're sharing Ted. Right, are we ready? Then let's begin. There is a theme tonight, like I say, and it's very, very simple. So,
Google.
that's the theme. Yes, well done. You've won.
The theme tonight is search engines.
Yeah.
Something that appears when you type it into Google.
Yeah.
The theme tonight is quantum fluctuations in Bose-Einstein condensate. Anyway, yes, let's move on. So the first one tonight we have, this is new in store. It is the third generation of acrylics from AK. It's their new range of paints. They started making paints in about 13,000 BC when it was basically a 3C shell method, as you can see there. Then they went to the XVIth century, and then we move along and paints have got better and better, and now they've just released their third generation of paints, which apparently promise to be much more flexible, have much more opacity in a lot of their colours, and be whole new formulations to make the painting experience even better than before. You can tell I didn't take a lot of time to read the blurb.
There's some pretty bright colours in there.
Yeah, they've changed the range around a lot, and they're trying to, obviously they're trying to compete with the Vallejos and the Citadels and things like that, and the other paint range where they have massive ranges of colours. Now, Vallejo paint, AK paints are really, really nice. They are really, really good paints. But they've changed some of the concentration so the pigment is even more dense. And that's what, especially when you're doing brush painting, you want opaque paints. You don't want to have to paint 32 layers of paint and you end up with a I don't know, sort of ball thing you've painted. It's horrible. It says, intense colours are identified with the yellow circle on the label. These tones contain pigments of high purity and high concentration for the most vivid colours. You can see
Sadster says, all I need, another set of paints to get indecisive about.
Yeah. Well, basically, these are the new ones. So the old ones are being phased out, and the new ones is with the new AK goodness, basically.
So there'll be lots of posts on Facebook saying, "Has anybody got a conversion chart?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just another product code to key into the conversion chart, and it's
There'll be a lot of people saying, "I'm selling half a bottle of the old version of AK."
Phil Lewis is asking, "Do they have Dunkelgelb?"
Dunkelgelb.
Of course, they'll have Dunkelgelb. Everybody has Dunkelgelb.
I can't zoom in on the image, but I'm sure they will do. AK do tend to focus on the more real-world type colours rather than maybe Vallejo and Citadel doing more fantasy type stuff. It does say they are specially formulated to be applied by brush and airbrush, so that's like normal paints then, to scale models and miniatures made of resin, plastic, or metal. So they've designed them specifically for small-scale painting, basically. So there you go. That's the new brand. They are in store now. They've only just come out. So if you want to give them a try, they're all in store. Go and get them all.
I know when the AK real colours came out, they created quite a lot of interest. So it's worth looking at as well.
So do go and check them out. They've got a vast range. And there's hello, morning. Who was that?
Ding ding round one.
All aboard the emo bus. So we start off with the third generation of AK. I keep wanting to say Vallejo. I don't know why. AK acrylics. So there you go. Next up, we have. In a minute, we have the Hobby Boss at 135th SDKFZ 221 Leichter Panzer Sparwagen, third series. I like these little light armored vehicles, the German ones from World War II, because they look fantastic. They like little spud things with guns on them. It's my little tank.
Yeah, I was going to say Gruber's little tank, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Gruber's little tank.
Say Gruber's tank, yeah.
Now, there were obviously the Sparwagens, the Panzer Sparwagens. There were quite a few different variants throughout World War II, and you're probably most familiar with the Tamiya kits, where they have things like the radio car, where it's this with a big radio antenna railing around the top. And there's loads of variants of them, but this one is quite a natty little one I've not quite seen before. It's slightly different. It's a little bit longer. It's got all this fussiness going on at the back, which like a big air intake, and which to me just needs warhammering up. But there you go.
Yeah, it's a little bit stealthy, isn't it? It's like stealth sort of panels.
It's like it's a little bit more funky. Some nice decals. But if you like your World War II armor, this is certainly one to pick up because I've not seen this particular variant of the Sparwagen before. Your full dashboard decals and everything else. It does look pretty good. Hobby Boss do some really nice kits and some really nice vehicles. So yeah, check it out. It's got no shots of the screw on there,
You
unfortunately.
could do some quite quirky paint effects on it, couldn't you, with the panel angles and stuff? So
Angles, full handles.
angle of the
Full
dangle,
angles.
isn't it?
But I like these little armored vehicles because they're just great fun for weathering and for the
Mm.
potential for kit bashing them into other things. And then they're nice and natty little vehicles. And I assume you get the figures. I'm not sure. It doesn't actually say on there, but I would guess you do probably, quite possibly.
Just before you go on, Eric Graham said he's going to work. He's got to go to work. He's in essential business, which is essential to the community. So thanks for that, and thanks for watching,
take care,
Eric.
mate.
Yeah,
Be safe,
take
buddy.
care. Thanks. See you next
care, buddy.
week.
Thank you for your key worker time.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is one of the more unusual leichter Panzersparwagen designs. If you collected these kind of little vehicles, pick this one up. It's one I've not seen before. This specific model. Certainly you saw that I did the MR90 a couple of years ago, and that was great fun. So these little light armored vehicles, I love that stuff. Next up, we have Revell Tools hand drill with 3 drill bits. It's a pin vise. Yes. We've shown a few different pin vices before. Pin vices are one of those tools that you don't think you need until you get one, and then you're putting holes in everything, literally everything.
And your mum says, stop doing that.
Stop doing that. Your father don't like it, and you just say, "Well, he's asleep. He won't notice. Leave the dog alone."
You ever used one of these and drilled in your finger with a tiny drill? Ooh.
I've drilled into me.
Yeah, smart's a tad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've drilled into me cutting mat quite a few times. It's like, I've gone too far. Yeah, so if you haven't got one, you won't think you need one. As soon as you get one, you want to drill everything. They are basically really useful if you make miniatures like Warhammer stuff, because you drill the barrels out of weapons. But they come in handy for anything you're doing. If you're putting rigging on a U-boat, you can drill little holes in the deck to put the rigging through. Rigging, I mean antennas. Anything where you want to add bullet holes, they're brilliant for that. And keep in mind, of course, you get 3 drill bits with this, but you can easily find packs of different size bits that will fit in that chuck anyway. It has the little ball on the end, the little pommel, so you can sit comfortably in your hand and spins round. So it's not going to take the skin off the palm of your hand like some of them do. So if you haven't got one of these in your toolbox, it's £8. You'll find uses for it that you never did.
And it's for us, folks like me and Ted, it's just another gadget in your toolbox. Isn't it?
That's it. Yeah, you've got to have a gadget in your toolbox. Even if you only ever use it once, it's a gadget. You've got to have it.
Yeah. One thing we've got to say, by the way, 2 things, of course, when we always do this, we don't know how many of all these things they have in stock. So if you fancy any of these, Ted,
slap it in your basket.
Yeah, and don't forget,
it's not yours till you check it out.
That was right in my ear. I've got an ear. The downside of having an earpiece is Ted goes all whispery in my ear, and it's kind of weird.
You like it, really. We know you do.
I know. But yeah, don't forget, until you've paid for something, somebody can come along and buy it out from out your basket, as I found out trying to order some toilet roll from Morrison's the other day. God damn it.
Phil Lewis says, I have that hand drill. It's very comfortable to use, and the chuck has 2 ends to it.
Yeah.
Michael Ackerman says they're also useful for ship gun barrels.
Exactly. Anything, if like I said when I was saying about, if you make Warhammer, you know you have to drill barrels out.
Yeah.
But anything where you've got a weapon with a barrel and the barrel is just solid, that's where your pin vise comes in, because you can drill that out. And yes, the chucks have a different hole. They have a wide gauge and a small gauge on either end. You can swap it around. So if you haven't got one of these, get yourself one. You need it. If you're making a U-boat, by God, will you need a pin vise? Trust me on that.
Oh, yes.
Because not only have you got free-flowing vents on the hull, especially the 1/72 Revell one, not only you've got a billion free-flowing vents, you've got all the holes you have to drill in the things that the antenna wire goes through. So get yourself one of these.
Yeah, same as your Starship Enterprises and that for drilling out the windows.
Exactly. But yes, slap them in your basket. Make sure you pay for it. Don't expect it to be there if you don't pay for it, and leave it for an hour.
Yeah, if you're ordering your model of the Titanic, get one of these as well.
Yeah, windows, portholes even. Next up,
windows. Cool.
Portholes.
That's almost as bad as saying, is that a baseball cap, isn't it, Ted?
I went to say portholes in a deep voice then, and I kind of had to stifle a burp, and it came out really whispery, so I apologise for just whispering down everyone's ear. Oh, that went wrong. Next up,
portholes.
Next up, remember we were talking about dental things earlier on?
Ooh.
Yes, we have Viejos tools, a set of 3 stainless steel
probes.
Now that's gone in my ear. Thanks very much.
Yeah. Set of 3 stainless steel probes. I've got actually a set of sculpting tools that I got from a pound shop. They're all right. They're not brilliant, but they're all right. But these are proper steel probes. Now these have a couple of uses.
I've got some of these, and I must admit they are useful.
Exactly, yeah. Because you can do things like there. If you're into your railroading, you can use them to, I don't know, move things around. For a modeler though, they're perfect for things like, for example, popping out a little hole in something where you filled it with paint bags and you've got little tiny, say you've drilled a hole out and then you fill it with paint and you've got to clean it out. They're also useful for manipulating things around. You can use them for sculpting.
Yeah.
You can use them to sculpt and carve for doing panel lines. And if you get spinach in your teeth at a pinch, as long as they're clean, spot on.
Well, it doesn't matter if they're not clean. You're a modeler.
The old home dentistry, then, yeah.
I have actually used some of my sculpting tools to get stuff like stuck in my. If I got some food stuck in my teeth, I like get my sculpting tool. There you go. Half a steak falls out of my face. Brilliant. I can have that later. But
That's scuzzy.
Hey, it's worse when you've got a big beard.
But that's where your spudger can come in handy and all, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the other thing. They're also useful for spudging, where you want to like prise two things apart. They're just probes, but they have a million different uses. You'll find uses for them.
They're always useful to just keep them in your drawer. You might only use them once, but when you need it, you'll need it.
Yeah,
you never know when you might need something to probe.
Exactly.
Quano Man's asking, is it wrong that he gets a warm, funny, fizzy feeling when Foxx says probe?
It's fully to be expected. It happens to all the best ladies. Now the other thing that you'll probably find yourself, and I guarantee you will do this. You'll be doing some mixing paint or doing airbrushing, and you'll have the paint in the cup or in a mixing pot, and you'll be like, crap, I need something to stir it with. You'll reach for one of these, and you'll use the fat end.
Yeah.
You will, trust me. They'll about a year in, these will be all like yellow and pink and green on the end because you use them as paint stirrers because they're wiped clean. So yeah, some set of 3 stainless steel probes. Next, Ammo Mig Mecha's green tones. 3 of Ammo's oil brushes. If you don't know what oil brushes are, they are oil paints in a makeup applicator, basically. If you've used oil paints before, you get the tube of oil paint and you use it, and you come back here later and you can't get the lid off. And you can't unscrew it because it's covered in gunk from all the paint. And then when you try and twist it, you rip the whole tube and you have sadness, and also you're covered in oil paint. Oil brushes are designed for various weathering effects. They're not paints for painting, they're for weathering, really. But you can use them for painting. They're thinned down oil paints that you can apply with the brush that's on the applicator inside of the lid. And it means you can unscrew it, pop it out with the brush on the end, put it on a palette or on the model, and then put it back in the pot. You're not having to squeeze paint onto a palette and mess about and waste paint. So it's a good waste-free way of using these paints. And they're really designed for things like streaking and weathering effects and touch-ups and dot filters and things like that. Anywhere where you'd use a slightly thinned down paint, oil paint.
And the interesting thing about them as well is they're a non-spill bottle. So if you take the brush out and you stand them up, because they are quite thin, you stand them up. If you're knocking over, it's not going to spill.
Yes, they've got some little funky membrane thing going on. But if you take the lid off, it's basically like a Tamiya glue thing. It's the lid with a stick and a brush. But yeah, you can paint with them, but they're really designed for like streaking, weathering, touching up areas, filter effects, that kind of thing, where you don't want to have to manhandle a tube of paint and waste a load of paint on the palette because you want a little bit. So they're thin for that. So if you've never tried them, do pick them up. These are not specifically designed for Zaku's, although there's a great big fat Zaku on the package, and they're all the kind of colours you use on the Zaku. But they're really just for anything green, although if you're making a Zaku, perhaps they might be brilliant for a Zaku to do streaking. The way you'd use these might be, for example, you might have a dark green panel, so you might put some of the light green dots on it and then streak it with your oil brush, with an oil paint brush and a little bit of thinners to get that kind of lighter coloured streak. It's the complementary colours to the dark green of your model. So give them a try. That's a set of 3 Mecha's green tones.
Oh, they're absolutely perfect for dot filtering as well.
Yeah, you just get the brush and go da 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 da. There you go. Right, next up we have I've got the camera right where the words are. The Mini Arc 135th Focke-Wulf Treibflügel Interceptor. Or should be Treibflügel. This has actually got a longer name that I can't remember because Treibflügel is like half the name. But this is one of those weird Horton type, not Horton, because it's Fokker-Wulf. It's one of those experimental planes that was, I think, designed but never actually built. And it's rather funky because look at this. It's not small.
Shark mouth approved as well, mate.
Yeah, shark mouth makes it instantly the best thing in the world. You've got an opening copy. You've got. He must be an officer because he's pointing. Look, Ted, he's pointing.
Yeah, it must be.
Clearly an officer. We got another chap he's pointing at him, saying, "Look at him! Look at this! If we point at it and laugh, maybe it'll go away." And the guy's like, "What? Get off!
Stop pointing at me.
Stop pointing at me! I'm not going away anywhere." Well, you can do a boring red color scheme if you want. It's not very interesting there. So yeah, you've got loads of different things. It's kind of interesting. It's got this. It was basically a vertical takeoff and landing vessel, where it had the three big sort of arms that stuck out with a jet engine, but they were rotatable, so it could go from a vertical standing position and like zip, and then they could spin round the other way, and it was weird.
Looks like something out of Jerry Anderson, doesn't it?
Yeah. I can't remember if they actually made it in real life or it was just a conceptual vehicle that never got built because obviously they lost the war. Highly digital model, clear parts included. All hatches can be open or closed. Photo etch parts. And decal sheet for 6.
This is that mini art thing. Is it like your ball tanks that you're building?
Yeah, I think it's part of the What If series, isn't it? A bit similar to these ball tanks and that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they are really detailed kits, I must admit. Me.
It looks, I mean, that photograph, it could be deceptive because they sometimes can be. You don't know how big the box is, but it looks really big, which is kind of. But also, shark mouth sold.
Oh, absolutely.
Argument ends at that point. So there you go. That's the Mini Art 135th Fokker-Wulf Triebflügel Interceptor. And last of all, you knew it was coming.
Yeah, this is where we get them tools ready, Ted.
Yeah.
A little bit of Games Workshop.
Work me up when it's done.
A little simple one, this. If you're into your Age of Sigmar, your Warhammer Sigmar, this is a pack of 3 Nighthaunt Spirit Hosts. These are basically all the spirits of the dead with no bodies to live in. They go around and I don't know what they are. I don't play Sigmar. But they are awesome looking.
I like the way they float.
Yeah, they're all designed to look like they're coming out of a grave from the bits. They're a wonderful sort of practice thing to paint for using glazes, because they benefit from using glazes on the spooky bits, like here, to get this kind of effect of the glowing between white and green. Other things, you can use specific paints, or you can use glazes to build them up and wash it. So it's a challenging paint job because it looks really simple, because they just it's glowy green white, but you've got to get them faded from one to the other, and doing it with brushwork can be a good challenge. So set yourself a challenge. Plus, they're just really beautiful little sculpts anyway. But this is a pack of 3 Spirit Hosts from Warhammer Age of Sigmar. You can't play them in your 40k army, but you can just get them because they look fantastic. So that is all of everything. I shall quickly whiz through again before we know what the theme is. You've probably all got it by now.
Yeah, I got it.
We have the 3rd generation acrylics from AK Interactive. We have the Hobby Boss. Where's my camera? Hobby Boss 135th SDKFZ 221 a leichter Panzer Sparwagen. Sparwagen. We've got the Sparwagen 3rd series. We've got the Revell hand drill with 3 drill bits. We've got the Vallejo tool set of 3 stainless steel probes. We have the Ammo by MiG loading. Mecha's green tone set of 3 green tones for your Zaku or other green objects. We have the Mini Art Fokker-Wulf Triebflügel. I don't know why I went loud then. And we have the Games Workshop 3 Nighthaunt Spirit Hosts. So I shall unlock the camera from me, or I shall stop sharing if you can unlock it for me, Chris.
In a minute, when you said the word. Yep.
And I shall say, if your chance to win absolutely nothing, what is the theme? Go.
Just for fun.
Yeah, Michael P got in too soon, so we're ignoring that.
Yeah, we're just going to point at you and laugh. Yes, and straight away, Nastro25 says 3, which is correct. The theme was 3.
God, it really was that easy, wasn't it?
It really was.
It really was, yeah.
Do I need to explain it?
I didn't get it to begin with when you sent the links out, but watching it through, yes, it's easy.
Do people want me to go through why it's all three, or is it that easy?
The number of correct answers, I don't think you need to.
Well, the only one I would have to explain is the Triebflügel.
Well, you don't really need to.
That's purely because it's got 3 engines.
Yeah.
And also 3 rotors.
Welcome to my world, mate.
3 wheels. Yeah.
I see.
I knew I'd convert you in the end.
Sometimes it's desperation and laziness.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, oh, I've got 5 minutes. I did it. I was actually early today. I did it about lunchtime. So
Sometimes you overthink it, don't you? And you think, oh, I want something really easy, and you're just like, yeah, that'll do.
And then Zadster comes up with a really good reason why we chose the theme of 3. He says, because the prize is free.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well done, Nastro 25. You've won absolutely bugger all.
Well done. You could have won a mug, but you didn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you
Cynical
want,
Steve says, I may actually hate you.
Wait. Does that mean Cynical Steve didn't get the theme?
He didn't get it, no. No.
There is nothing worse though when it's a really obvious, easy, simple theme, and you're like, I didn't get it. I've done it myself.
Yeah. And for everybody else that got it right, you can have the same price as well this week.
Yeah. In fact, you know what? Anybody who took part, you'll also win exactly the same.
Mm.
Just for taking part. You get B's and you get B's and everybody gets B's.
Osric says, we've all won nothing. Yay.
Yay. Is it still
Nothing
locked on me?
shared out between all of you.
Have you unlocked it from me, Chris?
I have, ages ago. It's Ted's turn next week, isn't it?
Oh, yeah?
Is it already?
What's the theme, Ted?
No, it can't be.
Yeah, it's Fox. Fox has just had his. It was last week.
It's alphabetical, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've got a week to think about it, doing
Ted
nothing.
is now totally and utterly going, oh.
The order is Chris.
Remind me about this time next week. I'll think of something.
Yeah.
George Taylor says, I already have nothing. I'd like to donate mine, please.
Paul Horner says, I'm glad I didn't win. I always miss the postman.
Yeah.
Cynical Steve says, I just didn't think it could be that simple. I overthought it.
It was Fox doing it. Of course it could be that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll have to think of something for next week then.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm the same though. When I don't get a theme, it always is because it's a really easy one, but I am overthinking it.
Yeah.
The number of times, like Chris and Colin, because we post up all the what's in store, like in our own personal private chat earlier on in the day, so we can try and guess. And the number of times I've been like, I can't get it. I can't get it. I'm a faggy-assed artist. I don't do logical thinking and lateral thinking.
Or thinking.
Edward de Bono would not be playing with me.
Anyway, we've got something to give away before the end of the evening.
Giveaway time, innit?
Yeah.
We have. Shall I do that now then?
Should we do that now?
I should do that.
Then we-
I'm
then we
actually
can-
sharing my
yeah.
screen one more time.
Then we can do a 10-minute wrap up and go and do
Does
that.
Fox need to do his refresh and reg?
I would. Me mouse has just died, so give me a sec. I'll have to.
Oh, I hope it died painlessly.
Yeah.
Well, it's died a little bit. I'll plug it in and see if that starts working, because otherwise I can't do anything and we're stuck.
The stream will never end.
Oh, well, we'll draw the prize next week. Goodbye.
Plug that in there and plug that in there.
Have you actually got a
And we'll see.
wireless mouse, Chris?
I just thought we could see Chris's bald spot.
Started moving again now. There we go.
We should have a conversation about why you should never use wireless gear.
Right, what we are giving away is over here. There it is. You can see it. I'm sure you can. You can, can't you? Yes. It's the Zvezda 135th Russian main battle tank. Just like it says across the top there, it says T90 Russian main battle tank.
I reckon if you to I reckon because I think I can read Russian somehow, and I think it says Pokken Chicken Octobomenom something, and the screen changed.
And then it says tank.
Octobomenom Blibo tank. So it's a Pokken Chicken Octobomenom Bibo tank.
Yes, probably one of those.
It's
That's what you could have won.
It's a tank with pigeons.
Is it, I've just realised, is it painted actually in the air? Like it's jumping?
Hang about. Where's
It's
that?
actually
That's
painted
there.
off the
Yeah,
ground.
it looks like it's
Let's get that here. That's what I want.
lifted off, doesn't it?
It's a flying tank.
I can't help thinking it's more a case of the artist painted it and thought, crap, it's not actually looking like it's on the ground.
I think it's just gone over this hill and it's going really, really quick and
Yeah.
firing backwards as well. Or I don't know.
If anybody
Maybe
wants
the
to
gun's that powerful that it launches it backwards 6 foot.
Yeah. If anybody wants to watch anything interesting at tanks, check out Sky and Tank Biathlon. That's well worth watching. Racing and jumping tanks.
Well, yeah, there is a guy that did a diorama of an Abrams tank that was airborne whilst firing, and it's a really beautiful piece that he done. So
I can't help thinking though, with that artwork, it's just that they painted it, and oops, it looks like it's not actually.
yeah,
We'll make it look like it's flying. You know, like if anybody out there who's an artist will know, when you draw a person and you realise 1 foot's higher than the other, so you have to accidentally put a rock under 1 foot.
yeah,
You're like, oh, just look, his foot's on a rock. That's why it's a bit higher up.
Absolutely. Right, to win that, you just need to go to that YouTube video, that one there, from last week, with Ted looking a little bit concerned about something. I'm not sure why he's worried.
I'm always looking concerned.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I shall be copying the thing from that and putting it into my YouTube random comment picker,
Mere seconds
which
ago,
randomly picks the comments randomly.
Sims
From
4 on sale now. Not at
Hey, what?
Sims 4 on sale now, but not at eModels.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that. We won't worry about that. So you can still enter now, but only for about 5 seconds, and then you can't.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're screwed.
Yep, I'm going to get the YouTube comments. So we have 37 unique commenters on that video. I shall click the button. I'll get rid of the ad. We don't need that.
I can't remember what the comments were about last week.
I don't remember either, but we'll find out when I click the button and the winner is announced live on the telly now. There we go. Is it one of you? Is it you? Your name's going. It's gone. It's gone. It's Cynical Steve.
Well done, Cynical Steve. I think. Yeah.
He says, "Why don't you just switch off your television set, go out and do something less boring instead?"
It was TV programs.
why don't you, wouldn't it? Yeah,
Why don't you?
70s TV, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Why don't you always in Ireland?
What?
It was always Irish kids on Why Don't You?
It always was, yes. I don't know why, but there we go. So, yes, that's it. Steve, send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk. We think they'll probably send it out quite soon, but it might not be.
Cynical Steve is now at home going, get in.
Yeah, there's always the possibility it might arrive in like November, depending on what the government decides. So,
And we expect to see pictures of exactly what spaceship you turned it into.
Yeah.
or which spaceships you've used all the parts on.
Yeah.
So yeah, well done, congratulations.
Well done, mate.
We have a question. We have a comment when we were talking about like artists who make the feet wrong, and with the George Taylor says, "I'm an artist. I accidentally put 6 fingers." Yeah. Then Astro 25 says, "George, where I live, that's not uncommon."
The Why Don't You kids were always going to see a film. Says that's they were always.
Jamie Shiner Trek Model Maker says, "Gotta go, guys. Stay safe. Take care, buddy."
Yeah, take care of yourself, mate. There you go, mate.
Yep. Cynical Steve says, "Thank you very much, guys. I will, of course, probably not build a tank though." And Zazta says, "Lots of greeblies."
Yeah.
In case you know, Cynical Steve, our mate Steve, he scratch builds everything, and he just sticks things to other things, and awesome spaceships and things come out. So
Scratch building god, mate.
he'll either build it as a tank or he'll build it as a box of greebles that he gets to put on other things.
We should have a live stream like that, shouldn't we, during our downtime, and have a Blue Peter style
Box of bits. What can you make?
Yeah.
box of bits.
Steve does say, "I've basically won a box of greebles."
All that. Anyway, it's about time. Have we done everything? We've done everything for this evening, haven't we? It's about time we round it up, wrapped it up for this evening. Until another time. There's anything, nothing outstanding for tonight.
I've just spilled water all over myself.
Oh dear.
Are you sure it was water?
But, yeah, just before we go tonight, we do know that eModels are still open just for the retail. Sorry, not the retail side. The store is actually going to be shut, but they're still doing, as far as we know, we've been told tonight by Pete that they're still open for online orders. so they'll be shipping them out as long as they're able to. But unfortunately, due to the circumstances and the times, that might change. So keep an eye on the website and keep yourselves informed if you want anything. But I would suggest you slap it in your basket as soon as you can and stock up. There's nothing wrong with stocking up on models and paints and things like that, is it?
I would say as well, if you're not already a follower of it, follow on the Facebook page, which is, if I remember rightly, eModels UK, or no, eModels Ltd on Facebook.
Yeah.
If there are any changes to service, sounds like a train service. If there are any changes to the service, if they whatever has to happen, they'll let you know. If not on there, I mean, probably regular customers, I guess they may try mail shop. But also just make sure you subscribe to the Facebook page just to keep updated with what's happening. As a retailer, they're bound by whatever the government decides has to happen. So not a lot of options when it comes to that. So, but everything's as normal online at the moment. So get your orders in now while you've got the chance.
Keep an eye on our channels, subscribe and ring the bell so that you can get notified on anything we're going to be doing build-wise to keep you guys occupied.
Yep, and make sure to hit the notification bell on this channel as well, because we will have a talk about it later or at some point, but we might do the occasional live show on here just to give you something to watch of a day or an evening or something. So stay tuned. You never know what might happen.
It might not be as regular or as formal as the Monday nights. The Monday nights are formal, but it'd be just something off the cuff, maybe a 10 or 15 minutes sort of live stream. Just keep you informed.
Yeah, not as highly polished and rehearsed as this show. No.
We may not necessarily announce it in the we might just get together and say, should we just do a live stream? Yeah, screw it, and we'll just do a live stream.
It might only be 2 or 3 of us instead of the 4 of us, or we'll figure something.
And of course, as I say, I want to give my new workshop a try out and try the cameras and lights and things like that. So it'd be a good opportunity to do that as well. So
needs to try out the polls, see if they can take the weight of a full person.
Yeah, we could always do an impromptu opening of Ted's workshop.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Royalty were going to come, but unfortunately they've had to call it off.
Yeah, they're in isolation now, aren't they?
They're buggered off to Balmoral, so they can't come anymore. So.
Yeah, I feel like the fact we're also quickly accepting of this gin storeroom as workshop.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
It's like a cellar, but 3 floors up.
I wonder how many bottles are buried in the insulation. He's gonna have these little tubes that he can just pop out every now and then.
If you remember, he put a picture up of the end wall, this white plaster wall with the cables hanging out for the wiring.
Yeah, the big
electric wiring. It could be actual pipes.
There's a distillery. It's all bubbling away upstairs.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll leave it for tonight because it's getting late and it's time for bed and things like that. So we'll leave it for tonight and we'll see you all next week. But thanks for dropping in this week anyway, and hope you enjoyed it. And we'll do it again, same time, same place next week. And remember, it's nice and safe here. You're welcome to come along and bring a friend, and we can all hang out together in pure safety. All right, thanks a lot, everybody. Good night, and thank you. Good night.
Take care.
Stay safe.
Bye.